Well, it's a cold, wet morning here in Scarborough again, so inside today. Hopefully going to get down a little bit later on this afternoon. The weather's supposed to flare up a little bit as it gets towards early afternoon, so fingers crossed we'll get down and just get a little bit done of what we were looking at last week. So what I'm going to do today is do the soil testing. Obviously I got a sample last week when we were down at the plot on the where I'm about to put the brassicas. So the plan is to see the pH level of the soil, see if it needs any more liming. I know there is a bit of a deficiency on there, so it's already had one dosage of lime, so just want to see what impact that's had on the soil. And then probably have a quick look around and see what's happening, because I sowed some seeds last week, as you remember, and there's been a bit of a breakthrough on them, so we'll see how those are going and test the soil. And then if we've got time, maybe have a look at what the plot is on the first plot, what the plan is. Now I've got that sectioned off, I've got quite a good idea as to what's going in where, so maybe have a look through there and see what you think of basically what's going where. So let's have a quick look back at last week when I was collecting the soil, and then what we'll do is we'll run the test and see what the results are. Okay, so this is the soil testing kit. It's a Bosmere one, which I got from Marshall's when I bought my seed potatoes. It was reduced to £6 obviously when you spent £30, which I did on the potatoes, so it seemed like a good idea because like I say, I wanted to test the soil. So inside I've got a soil sample which I took from the plot last week. You've got a pH testing solution. You've got some sulfate powder, barium sulfate, and obviously an empty container as well. So let's just crack on, because it seems quite straightforward, so fingers crossed. So what you need to do is you need to fill the test tube, a little jar, to the 1 ml mark. So might need to put some more soil in. It's important that you don't include any of the any stones or any bits of twig. So I've already just shifted through this. It's not far off. Okay. So that's obviously now just been filled up to the 1 ml mark. And to be honest, taking a test it's quite simple. So you fill the test tube up to the 1 ml mark. You add 1 scoop of the sulfate powder. Make sure I've got all that in there. Get the lids the right way around. And then it's as simple as using the solution. So this is the pH test solution. And then with this, it's a case of just filling it to the 2.5 mil mark, sorry. Which is about there. Get that back in. So it's just a case of giving it a shake. And then it is as simple as leaving it to settle for 10 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll come back and have a look at that in 10 minutes time. So while we're waiting for the test results, I just thought we'd have a quick look and see a few bits what we planted last week. Those on the left, these are the crackerjack African marigolds. and you might just be able to see the phlox on the right as well. He's starting to make an appearance now. So they were sown on the 10th, so that's like a week, yeah, just a week. So really good growth on the marigolds. Just be careful. I'll just put that down there actually. And remember, we put some tomatoes, some moneymaker, and mahamande. They went in at the same time as well. You can just see there's just the first glimpses of things happening in there as well. So again, yeah, it's quite good really. You know, it's only been a week. This heated propagator really is useful. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see the celeriac because it's so small. But we have got shoots. Like I say, they're so tiny and so difficult to focus in on. Probably have to come back to this one in a couple of days. But yeah, trust me, there's the tiniest of seeds starting to grow. Sorry. Which is really good. So yeah, I've just had them on this heated unit from Garland. Really, you know, it's well worth getting, I think, and investing in if you want to get things, you know, with a bit of a head start. You know, within a week we've got tomatoes, we've got celeriac, which need a lot of heat, obviously early on. Like I say, as for the flowers, you can see where the phlox is starting to bulge up from just under the surface there. You know, those marigolds, they're going to need putting on soon. So I've got some spare trays as well. So the plan will be to get the phlox and the marigolds off the heat, get something else on this afternoon. So if the weather doesn't improve, that's kind of what we'll be doing. So we'll just nip outside now and see if there's any joy on those ones which we put in as well in the outhouse. Okay, so let's have a quick look on everything else. Obviously, I'm not really expecting anything from the pots. Obviously, they're very deep, the dahlias and such. So, but that's looking good. The onions are starting to make an appearance. So these are obviously these have been multi-sown. I saw Charles Downing planted onions from a seed, and they were quite close together, which is something I've never really done before. I've always spent a lot of time making sure that, you know, the onions kind of went in on their own and had their own space and things. But I'm going to give it a go. I'm definitely going to give it a go by sowing them in, you know, multi modules. So yeah, you can see they're all actually starting to show now, which is brilliant. Really pleased with that. I struggled with the onion sets last year. Really started to go a little bit mouldy, so fingers crossed we get a better look this time. Okay, so here we've got some signs of activity as well. Again, which is really good. These were actually the leeks. It's not picking it up, is it? So yeah, these are a little bit slower than the onions. Definitely see that we are starting to get them breaking through. Just see there, just starting to pop through, so they could probably do with another water, and we'll see how these go. So these were actually Elephant, the variety. I've never sown them before, so looking forward to seeing how they get on. Potatoes, they're looking good. Charlotte, exactly the same as last week, the weedy ones. Those are the Rocket, which I'd be quite happy to put in the ground now if the weather wasn't so bad. I'm hoping in the next week or two to get those in. Those are obviously the main crop, they're the Picassos. And again, more pots just with some gladioli and dahlias in. God, you can see now the golden gourmet shallots. They're got a bit of issue with the roots coming out over the top, so probably going to need to think about getting those in sooner rather than later. Can obviously cover them up. It's not a big problem. A quick look underneath at broad beans. Yeah, they're starting to break as well, which is really good. Pleased about that. Nothing that I can see on the doesn't appear to be any of the sown as of yet. Big difference though on the sweet peas. Really starting to do well now. They were actually sown on the 27th of January, so they've obviously had a little bit longer than everything else, and as you can see, they're doing really well. So good germination rate on those. These are the flowers that my son sowed last week. Nothing coming through from them yet, so keep an eye on those. So yeah, basically that's everything that we've got in at the moment. Weather's obviously definitely helping. See if you can see. The lowest we've been on the temperature is perhaps 4 degrees overnight, highest 12, so currently 9.2. So yeah, it's not ideal, it's not perfect, but you know, as you can see, there's things that are happening. So we're getting there. Another week or two. I keep saying that, but I think we'll be well on the way to getting things planted and not having any issues or problems. So I'm going to give everything a bit of a water. Things are looking a little bit dry, and then we'll get back in and see if the test results are ready on that pH testing kit. I did also pick up some onion sets this week when I was out, just because I wasn't sure whether the seeds would work or how successful it'd be. So I just picked up some, and what you need to do, obviously, once you get your onions, is get them tipped out. And what you're looking for is, see that one there, look, is not looking great. So that one will go. You're just looking to make sure that they're in decent condition. There's another one there that you're going to get absolutely nothing from that, so it's just not worth the effort putting it into the ground. There's a couple. I mean, this one again is not looking great, and again these were cheap ones from the local B&Q, so but some damage on that one on the bottom. It's just not worth putting them in. if you do have too many like that. And again, you need to make sure that they're not going to, rot, or that one again doesn't look too clever, so I won't bother with that one. But yeah, the key is to get them out of the bag to stop them from sweating and causing any problems. So what I'll do is I'll have a quick check of these. Always keep the labels so you know which ones you've got. These are Stuttgarter Giant and Carmen. And just keep them frost free, dry, and like I say, I put these out in March. March, second week probably, when the risk of severe frost is pretty low. So we'll just keep these stored in the outhouse with the potatoes. Right, okay, so as you can see, the test is complete now, and we've got a quite a lightish green. So if I bring in the chart behind, you can see now we've kind of moved into that neutral alkaline pH reading. So we're going to be about 7, in between 7 and 7.5, I think, which is good because I know I've got acidic soil down on my plot. It's normally about 6 to 6.5, so you can clearly see there that we're up to 7 now. We're more neutral, maybe a little bit darker perhaps. So yeah, really pleased with that. That's exactly what I wanted, to move it up to the 7.5, because obviously this area is the area that I've lined specifically, for the brassicas to go in. So I'm quite confident I don't need to do anything else with that now. We'll just leave that and get things planted, and we'll see how things go. But be interesting to see if we get a better crop this year, because we had decent results last year, but not great, and I think it was down to soil conditioning. So we'll see if this makes a difference.